very kindly supported by a few of our sponsors giving away prizes. We're going to give those away right now. Okay, we've got 2 Boogeyman free fly suits, and this is being awarded for good sportsmanship, but they've gone home unfortunately, so we're just going to give a round of applause to Skydive Arena's efforts. So they're going to collect those a little bit later. We've probably seen in the corner all weekend, you've had a guy that's been doing custom earplugs. Hopefully the team that's won this didn't get them made already, because that's going to be sad. But in 4-way dynamic, for being the most entertaining, Team Joyriders. So if you guys want to come up here, collect your vouchers, you can get some custom made earplugs.
No, horrible. Hurry.
Well done, guys. Big round of applause. For those of you who didn't see them guys dirt diving, it was like formation dancing you wouldn't believe. Okay, a Cyprus maintenance voucher for a young skydiving team with high ambitions from Israel, Team Forget It.
All right, round 10 is over, the competition is over, and Hayabusa was bored, I guess, for 10 rounds. Right, what do you think? Did you put pressure on yourself somehow? Or?
Yeah, I mean, for sure we're not bored, because we tried to score as high as possible for ourselves, and we went to try to make a new record here in Bedford, which for sure we will do. We just are waiting for round 10 the scores. But no, it was a bit hard without the pressure of airspeed or the French to start right away pretty hard. But no, I think it was nice, and Canada showed some nice performance. But no, we're happy with the end result. We can improve for sure. Some rounds we made maybe a few mistakes that shouldn't be there, but this is competition, and it's the first meet of the season. It's actually the first training camp that we did last week. So we are just
the first training camp with Andy.
Yeah. So we had a very short time to prepare for this meet, and actually I'm surprised that we have this level at this moment without training for a month. So no, we're happy with
now.
it.
Congratulations. So what did you needed, like 13 points for a 31 average or something? Who knows the numbers? I don't know.
We went 23 points for 31 average.
And we don't know yet.
No.
Or did you time it by the
The rumors is that we made 23, but there will be probably some bus in it, so it's going to be close.
The last one didn't go false.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That was after the interview with Kurdigan.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course, everybody always blames things on me. And sometimes I wonder, because I've seen this often enough, that the next jump then is, not so good, but that cannot happen to Hayabusa, right? Not at all, never. But there was still one meet where you had a higher average in Roosendaal or so. Is that right?
Yeah,
Paris was. But it's a different. It was totally different.
Yeah.
It was 33 on something, but you cannot compare it with
limited dive pool.
Limited dive pool, and also you
star.
start already in the tunnel with a star, so you don't have to do the exit.
So that's definitely the World Challenge high score, no matter what. I mean, it would be 30.5 was the highest so far.
I think 30.4. We had it together with the French.
Yeah. Now you had 30.4 last year and 5 the year before. I mean,
okay. It was 30.5 then.
So I think 5 is so far the highest. So this will be history no matter what, I guess.
Yes.
What do you think about
Surprisingly, because I didn't thought about it when we were starting yesterday morning. I thought it was a really, I mean, it's not slow, but a difficult dive, and
also without any pressure.
Without
like
any pressure.
If you get a little bit more pressure, you put yourself, you go faster, and without the kind of did a good job putting some pressure in the beginning, but in the end.
Isn't it funny? 3 brothers
competing
for
against
Canada, 2 brothers for Hayabusa now. I was picking up the now the family situations recently, more than in the past. What do you think about this? Is it really? It almost seems like it is an advantage to be close. Or
I think it's. I think it's a coincidence. I mean, it's not. I mean, in a family, when you grew up on a drop zone like we did, for example, what we have could also happen with Dennis and his brother. Although his brother doesn't like skydiving, but it could have been possible as well that his brother started skydiving because his dad is skydiving as well. That would have made 2 and 2. Now,
thanks, mate.
No, but I mean, there was a possibility that, for example, his brother was jumping as well. But I think if you grow up on a drop zone like we all did, if you have family or brothers or sisters, I think the step is really close to.
But I think would it be an advantage? I don't know.
But what about I mean, later on the dynamics come into play somehow. And it appears like the families are staying together, for whether it's enforced or whether it's by nature, whether it's voluntary. But the LeMay brothers have been doing this for a while now. You've been doing it for a long time.
Also the
Guillaume and Mathieu have been doing it too. It looks almost like the stickiness of once you have started is more than other teams.
Might be.
I would say if the level is the same, I mean, if you both go at the same level, you stay together. But if one stays behind too far, then it will be a different story.
I think it's also like if you're a family, like if you're brothers, I mean, you can never say to each other when the team stops, hey, see you later, or never see you again. In a brothership, it stays. I mean, it's there. It's always on the same. It has a connection, and you don't.
If you're a functional family.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily always the case, but absolutely.
I think the strength is that you have a connection with each other, and you cannot say like.
Are you fighting?
You have a bigger bond.
Oh, lots of times.
Oh, you do.
Lots of times. I mean, it's also to get each other better.
Yeah.
I think.
So there's a natural. That's a good point. Because in family, usually the rivalry between siblings is almost like more than you have it between friends. Friends are trying to be kind of nice to each other.
With family, you don't.
No, brother, because I mean, you have a history. Yeah, it's already 29 years that I know Andy. So
there is a certain bond, but if it's bigger than without being brothers, I don't know.
How is your French family doing, Dennis?
They're doing good.
Yeah. You have some experience with family skydiving too there somehow.
Somehow I do, yeah.
Indirectly. All right. Well, what do you think about the Canadians' level at the moment, performance level? Are they a threat to you? Do you see them as a threat?
It's still difficult to look at it. They perform really good with like when they changed with Katie, and also apparently they did also a swap in their team, like the inside center go to outside center, and so it's looking really good. It seems like a different team, and I'm very curious how far they can go with them. If they put a lot of training in it, probably they go far.
But a threat, I mean, if you look at the scores right now, it's hard to speak about a threat, but they have potential for sure, and if they train hard, I believe they become very good, and there will be a threat eventually. The question is, how long will it take?
They have big plans. They bought a house in Florida, or they want to spend the winters in Florida,
Yeah.
so they made good.
No, it
You
takes
haven't done
time,
that
it
yet.
takes failures, it takes everything. I mean, you win, you lose a lot, and I mean, if you're on the bottom, yeah, how fast can you eventually get back to the top? And that's what we experienced already 10 years. I mean, you had so many high peaks, low depths. We've been through them all, so it's an experience that you need to go through.
And also the factor that you need to have a good sponsor to bring you there as well. You know, if
True.
You don't get a champion with only having potential. You know,
Or
you need to
talent.
be able to.
But
You
I
need to
think that's
pay it.
not so their problem.
Well, they seem
Yeah.
to have resources enough to be able to do what they do. Are you keeping your eyes on the US family team, the Rhythms? Whether they have a family in a different way. They have a husband and wife in the team, but you would consider
they
this
do.
family.
So this,
What do you
that's
think?
another connection that we have.
Do you call that family too? I would say. And
I think
so,
that-
well, did you watch them here a little bit, or are you
I think
following that kind of?
honestly, our eyes are only on
On
airspeed.
airspeed at the moment, yeah.
I mean, sounds maybe a bit. We don't mean it in a bad way, but
Yeah.
that's the team.
That'll
to-
be your next year's opponent,
Yeah.
most
And
likely.
of course, we're also curious what the French are going to bring. You know,
For sure.
They have
we're
a
our only opponents, so that's where we look for.
They will be the first time without a family in the forward team, right? It's Julien and Mathieu
Mathieu, yeah.
moving on. So they're giving up that concept of family. All right, well,
It worked pretty good in the past.
yeah. So what's next? What's coming from next for you?
But
We start training in
May.
Korea in May.
Outdoor
And then-
training in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
from
it's gonna
on,
be
it's
till next year. Next year the World Meet.
Well, you're not going to the World Cup?
Yeah, but I mean the season just keeps on continuing, 2013 and 2014. So I
It's
think
like
from
no
the moment
break.
that you start, then it's until next year
Yeah.
after World Meets.
There's not going to be a big break in between the two seasons because
It's gonna be short, yeah.
the next World Championship is going to be in the summer again, so you need to start training in the winter.
In 1
And
year
after-
and 3 months.
And after Dubai,
It's there.
you need to start training again.
The Dubai Cup will happen
that's
again this year,
confirmed.
right?
Yeah,
so
that's
that'll be
confirmed,
there. That's a winter meet kind of. Then the Shamrock hopefully with you guys again next year. No, we missed you this year and Paraclete Outdoor. Now
Now we have the SISM as well.
Yeah,
China,
the
this
SISM.
year, which is not so. I mean, it's easy to win, but yeah.
Well, it's a
So-
competition.
You
train
still
a
need
little
to,
bit, huh?
yeah, you
Train
still
it
need
for
to
a little
defend
bit.
it.
And there's a strong German team again, probably. No?
Yeah. And that's slightly different.
We will be
rules.
waiting for that.
Yeah. Looking forward.
Yeah, it's amazing how strong the Germans are in the SISM event, and not even close in the open class.
Yeah.
It's what they
what
commit
they
them
train
to. You know, like
Yeah.
if they would train for AAA, then it would be maybe a different story. But also AAA is a lot more difficult. You know.
But are they continuing?
I don't know. I have no idea. I was just throwing
not.
this in, because I know
Last
there's
year they had a
strong-
really strong team. Now we were already thinking about discussing with them why you're not competing with
in
us.
the open.
But I heard that this year they changed. So I'm not quite sure if they're
Because
the same team.
if I was doing the SISM team, I would for sure do the AAA as well. It makes you stronger.
Like Lithuania.
You
does
think
it.
so? Yeah. I don't know. I've talked to the national coach a few times, but they have no intention of.
You also need to have the resources,
Yeah, exactly.
to
Yeah,
train
that's
at the
true.
time, to.
They have enough.
Because they're doing
Same situation.
different disciplines as well. It's not only
Right.
forward.
Yeah, but that's the
It
reason.
keeps
They
them
have
busy, yeah.
different disciplines that they need to train. We are lucky that with our sponsor, with our work, that we can only focus on one discipline. And
Right.
as formation skydiving, if we had to do 3, then
You
you have
don't
not so much time.
You're not doing any
No.
accuracy style or that?
No, that was
Okay.
too dangerous for
Oh,
us. I can speak out of experience.
Well, you can break your ankle playing with
I
your
almost broke
son.
my back.
you know,
I almost broke my back with an accuracy jump.
You did?
It's not a joke. It's a highly underestimated discipline. I can tell you that.
We went there. We went to Slovakia unprepared, and on the first jump, the competition jump, he almost broke his back. So it was a
Are you
bad
going?
idea.
Are you do you have the World Cup on your schedule
Yes.
this year?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we'll be able to see you there again.
We have World Cup, Season, and Dubai Cup,
And Singapore.
and maybe Singapore, depending on the dates.
Okay, well, good luck for the rest until we see next time. Congratulations for another outstanding performance. Good to see you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's Kurt and Gary.